Hey, what's up guys? Flare here, and today I'm going to be showcasing my ultimate guide on KO's suppression blades and his mullies on the map Ascent. As you guys know, KO is a very powerful initiator, and he can be used in a lot of situations for both retakes and fast ticking sites. So I'm going to be showing you guys my lineups for everything on both Ascent Attack A and B and Defense A and B. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, welcome to the Ultimate KO Ascent lineup guide. I'm going to be starting off with the suppression blades on defense on A, and then the mulli lineups on A, and then so on and so forth for B, and then attack A, and then attack B. So what I like to do with KO on the first start of the round, his suppression blade is usually more used for info gathering, and his second, after the 35 seconds, is for retaking sites. So initially what I like to do is I usually put my blade right here. So what you do is you just aim right here at this box and you just throw it. And as you can see, the lineup will go all of A main. Now people usually tend to shoot that down, so after a few rounds of that, I usually go into this corner right here, aim up at the sky, and if you go right above this cloud right here in this corner, in between this little V, you aim right here, take your knife out, and you throw it. Do not jump at all, and as you can see, this knife will go straight into the middle of A main. Yes, it is very predictable and reactable, so I only use this around 1 to 2 rounds per game, and the rest I usually throw them around up here, or I throw it over here. Sometimes I like to even peek A main, however that's pretty simple and very common, so I don't do that very often as well. Alright guys, now we're on to the mulli lineups, and what I like to do usually is there are usually 2 default plant spots. It's right here at generator, and right here near green boxes. Now one thing that you guys should know that a lot of people who play KO really don't is that the mulli lineups for KO are actually only causing damage for people that are in line of sight. For example, if I stand right here, I take damage, but if I move over here to generator, I don't take any damage. The reason for this is because if KO's mullies aren't in line of sight with the actual player, he won't take any damage. So you don't want to throw a mulli like down here or in the very corner where it won't hit anybody, or to the sides like around here or up top, because that won't do any damage to them. So the reason for this is because KO is very unique and his lineups won't be the same as Vipers or Sovas, so that's very different. So my first lineup, which is going to hit green boxes right here, you want to take out your mulli. You see this little corner right here, you want to aim up into the sky. So what you want to do is you see this corner of the pipe right here, and you aim up where the cloud ends, pick out your mulli, and jump throw. Just like that. And you can see that this mulli will actually land right in the middle of sight, and anyone planting in green boxes will take damage completely. Now the second lineup that I use, which is used for generator, you want to aim up in this little corner right here. Aim up at the middle of this pipe right here. I think it's a pipe, I don't really know what it is. And you guys see this bar right here, you want to go right in the middle of it. You also want to go diagonally to the left just a little bit. Do not jump and throw it. This will land right here in gen. However, if you want to hit the outside of gen, you want to do the same exact thing, but jump and throw. And this will hit on the outsides of gen. And you can see right here, it'll land right here. So anyone planning on the outside will take some damage. Alright, that is it for Ascent A defense. Now we're going to head over to Ascent B defense. Alright guys, now we're going to move on to Ascent on B defense with KO. And personally, I don't have or use that many knife lineups because knife lineups are very situational, depending on if you're trying to retake the site, trying to gather info or whatnot. And there's a lot of different angles that you can hide on Ascent. So usually what I like to do, if it's early round, I usually sit back here. I usually can try to aim for this bar right here, and you can shoot it, and you will get really early info inside all of B main. Now, sometimes what I like to do is when I'm retaking site, a lot of players like to play post plant, inside of main. So what I'll do is I'll aim for this box right here, aim a little bit higher, and shoot it. and it will get the inside of B main in case any Vipers or Sovas are playing any post plants over here. Alright, now after those two suppressed lineups, this is the most common one that I use, I usually sit on this ramp right here in CT, and I look slightly above this thing right here, and I jump and throw a knife. And what this does is it will actually get most of sight besides this box right here, and it will get all of backside. And that means that everyone in backside aren't able to smoke or throw mollies or anything. This is super useful because you can see, one, how many players are on site, and all you have to do is have a duelist try to flash in, clear box right here, and then you have a full range of you, and you know exactly how many people are going to be on top of site. Alright guys, now we're on to the molly lineups, and usually I don't personally flank with my playstyle as KO. What I usually do is I go through market or CT. So when I'm trying to stop the plant, I usually will go right here. Same ramp. Now on B side Ascent, there aren't too many angles or very specific places to like strategically place something. What I usually do is I just grab my molly, run off of this ramp, and as you guys can see, this top leaf right here, I usually sprint and jump throw at it. And this usually bounces off the wall and gets all of default. Very typical, very easy. That's what I usually do when I'm trying to retake site. Alright, now moving on to actually one of the best molly lineups that I've seen in this entire game. So what I usually do is a lot of killjoys on attack like to place their ults right here or right here. And before it was on the lamp, and now people do place them on the orb as well, down here. A lot of different places for Killjoy to ult. Now, this lineup that I'm going to show you actually has a counter for every single one of those places. So what you want to do is you want to place yourself right in this corner right here where you can see both bars. And you want to go to the middle one right here, pull out your molly, and go to the very top of it, where my crosshair's at, and you can actually point and click. And what it does is it will actually go to the very end, to the very edge of the box, and the line of sight's not going to be an issue because it can see everything, even in this tiny corner right here. All of it will be destroyed, and it's one of the best ways to counter the Killjoy ult that I have found so far. Alright guys, that's all I have for defense on Ascent. The very typical lineups that I usually do that is very non-situational. You can do them at any time and get very simple information. Now I'm going to move on to post-plant mollies and early site-taking suppressed knives, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, moving on to the Ascent A attack lineups with KO. There's not too many sophisticated lineups that you can actually do with him. There's not too many things besides mollying post-plant and suppressing all of sight. So very simple. You want to take your dagger out and go to the very back corner of this. And this is before the barrier breaks down, so it's super easy. You're going to want to take your left HUD line at the very right side, aim it to this corner right here. Aim it right here, and then you will be able to suppress most of sight and heaven if you throw it. You don't need to jump at all. As you can see, this knife will actually hit on top of green box, and it suppresses most of sight. So all you need is an entry who has flashes that can clear top box and near tree, and that's all you need. This is what I do, very common, and not many players expect this even after they've seen it multiple times because it's not a very good angle for them to shoot it on. Alright, moving on to the molly lineups that I use. I actually have 3 lineups, and the most common plant spots for this map are usually Gen, inside of Gen, and green box. Now, I found 2 very easy lineups that can clear all of them very easily. You want to go to this green box in your spawn right here, back up to the corner, take the left side of your HUD line and aim it at the very end of this corner right here. Take it and then throw it. No need to jump or anything, and you will easily get all of Gen, and it's a very easy line of sight. As you can see, I'm taking damage everywhere I am because it's in the very corner and it will hit everything. Now, if you decided to plant for green box right here, it's a very simple place. You go to the exact same spot, take your molly and aim for the end of this void type thing right here at the very end. No need to jump, and just throw it. And as you can see, it will hit exactly on green box. No line of sight issues, and that's all you need. Now, after you have usually planted bombs, sometimes a Killjoy might like to ult right here in tree. Very common with her mollies going into wine. But a very simple counter is you walk up to this line, make sure that you're not entirely on the left and not entirely on the bar. Make sure you're somewhere like on the side of the right side. You want to go right here in the very edge, look up, and then take the right corner of your molly HUD into this wire right here where the bump is. Make sure it's right here. Take your molly out and aim it and throw. No need to jump at all. As you can see, the molly will land entirely into tree, and every single ult here that Killjoy usually places is going to be completely gone. And that's usually the fast tick that I will use on Ascent A. Very, very simple, very, very easy, good molly lineups. Make sure that you suppress all of sight and any Killjoy ults that you can easily combat against. Now moving on to Ascent attack on B. Alright guys, now moving on to Ascent attack on B. It's very, very simple. What I usually do is I back up into this corner right here, take out my suppressed knife and aim for this window right here, throw it around the middle, and what it does is it will hit actually the top of this roof right here, and what it will do is it will actually suppress stairs, top of market, and most of site, and it's actually a very, very easy knife to do, and it's pretty impossible to break unless you have someone in market camping it. Even then, the angle that you can throw it at is very, very different, and it's super easy to manipulate. Now, for molly lineups, there are 3 that I have, very, very simple. Now, if you usually like to plant on default right behind green box right here, I have a very, very easy lineup. You want to basically go against right here. Make sure you can see this square at the top. Take out your molly, aim for the middle, and just throw. No need to jump or anything. It will bounce off the wall while you're running, and it will land perfectly on top of it. So once again, you can go right here, aim for the middle of it, and just walk forward. Once your crosshairs in the middle, it will bounce right onto green box. Very, very easy, very, very simple. Now, a very common Killjoy ult spot is right here, right under the lever. And yes, this is a very, very good ultimate because it covers all of sight, and you only have 2 exits that you can cover very, very easily. Now, what you can do is if you are on site, you can back up into the corner of this box. Don't go on top of the box. Just go into the corner, take out your molly, and the very middle of your indicator, you can go at the very top of this cloud right here, and you can throw it, and what it does is it will instantly go right on top of lever before the time runs out, and as you can see, it will hit any Killjoy ult possible. Line of sight is not an issue. Now, this next lineup is kind of difficult. It will take some practice. Took me a few minutes to get used to it, but if you're not able to go into this box right here, maybe your positioning is very, very bad. A very easy way is you can go right here, aim for the top of this tree, and as you exit this arch, you want to jump and throw it. As you can see right here, it'll bounce off of this wall, and it will also go right into the Killjoy. Now, sometimes it's not very, very accurate, so you want to practice this a few times before you actually use it in an actual competitive game. Alright guys, thank you all for watching my Ascent KO lineup guide. This is very, very easy for anyone to do. You can learn it in actually less than 20 minutes. So thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I will be posting all of the KO maps every single day, making sure that you guys get all the content that you need, and that you guys will be able to master KO in less than a week. Thank you for watching. Peace out.